When the Hall of Physical Anthropology at the Smithsonian Institution, SI, opened in Washington, D.C. in 1965, its visitors met a wall of florid death. The skulls of 160 ancient Peruvians, arranged like a lopsided mushroom cloud. The anthropologists at the National Museum of Natural History, NMNH, had fixed them to the wall to visualize how the world's human population has literally exploded in historic times. Every 3 crania represented 100 million people. At the bottom, 9 skulls represented the 300 million people believed to constitute the world's human population in AD 1, the beginning of the Christian era. The row above was 15 skulls long, the 500 million people supposed alive in 1560, which the exhibit's designers labeled beginning settlements in America. 30 more crania in 2 rows represented the 1 billion people estimated for 1860, the eve of the Civil War. And at the top, a thunderhead of 106 skulls represented the 3.5 billion human beings alive in 1960, the space age. According to the Washington Post, the new hall's overall theme, man's supremacy over all other primates, was eerily demonstrated by the grinning skulls of the ancient Peruvians. This dual display of mortality and fertility was also a monument to a sweepingly American history of humanity, made legible via the accumulation, measurement, and concentration of the dead. Its designers called it the skull wall. The Post's reporter acknowledged the obvious questions. Why had these sun-bleached Peruvian Indian skulls come from South America to the Smithsonian? And why had the anthropologists chosen them, of all the many other peoples the institution had collected, to stand for the biggest possible thing they could say about the recent history of humanity? On this point, Museum Director T. Dale Stewart, also the Smithsonian senior physical anthropologist, was both forthcoming and vague. The death's heads, the reporter was told, were found about 60 years ago after being uncovered by gold miners, but there was no particular significance in their use.